Representing DEM POP and the California idol scene, the Heisei Otaku Idol Scarlet joins the show to talk about the origins of DEM POP and her idol journey. All Eyes on Me, IDOLEYEZ, episode 67, Scarlet. It's gotta load in. It loads in! Wow! Hello, everyone. Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Yes, but I am the cream of the crop. I am the Yoko on top. This is Mighty Aggie Drago with IDOLEYEZ, episode 67, with our guest for tonight. She is the red member of DEM POP. She is a part of the SoCal idol community. She is the #1 Hosho Marine cosplayer. This is Scarlet. Pew 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 pew.
Hello. こんにちは皆さん。
Scarlet, thank you so much for accepting this invitation. I think I invited you a little bit earlier, but schedule didn't line up, but now it did. And especially since we are on the road to USIF, and speaking of, the DEM POP group account did make that announcement that you guys are performing at USIF on the community stage.
Yes! Oh my
Heck
gosh,
yeah.
we're so happy for this opportunity. So excited to be there with so many other great idols too.
For sure. Can't wait for that. But let's start things off with a question that I usually ask everyone, which is who or what got you into idol culture, J-pop culture?
I am the Heisei Otaku Idol. My name is Scarlet. And so I was into anime beforehand. I was like a teenager and I was really just discovering things that I liked. So I started going to like my local anime cons and things like that. I did grow up in California, so the culture was already like pretty big here in comparison to some other places. And so I don't know, I was just interested in everything. And so when I went to anime cons, my very first one was FanimeCon in Southern California.
Right.
And as a guest, they brought someone named Haruko Momoi. And so I looked up like everything about her, and I was just so surprised by what I saw. Like, this was kind of before like electronic light sticks existed. And so people used to pop the UOs. That was my first time seeing a UO, was looking up who Haruko Momoi was. Like, everyone would pop UOs during her songs, and it was so bright and beautiful, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? So I knew I had to go to her concert. No one wanted to go with me. But it's okay. I told my parents that I went with my friends, and I went alone to the Haruko Momoi concert at Paname. And I learned like the Wodage online like a little bit, but I wasn't in the very front. I was like in the third row or so. And I was like the only one doing like the Wodage like calls and stuff in the third row, because like all the really hardcore fans were like at the very, very front. But you know, I didn't really know anything, so I was doing it. She has like a song where you like Mabaru, you like spin around and then you spin the other way. And I was doing that. And so yeah, that's kind of how I got into idol culture. I was an otaku at first, but then I started learning a lot more about idols.
After that performance, did you like get into other groups as well, or started to listen to other groups as well?
Yeah, so like I said, I was kind of fortunate, like growing up in the area that I did, that there were like a lot of idol guests already. So there was Haruko Momoi, and then another big one for me was I saw Dempagumi in 2013, and that kind of changed the trajectory for me, I feel like, because I feel like seeing them change my life, like seriously. I don't know, that was like my first time where I was like, oh, I'm going to support this group like forever. And I did. I supported them the whole time until this year when they disbanded. So
did you have a Noshi in the group?
I do. So this is Furukawa Mirin. This is her Chucky I have from 12 years ago when I met her. And I keep it framed. Yeah. And to be honest, she didn't stand out to me at first. When I saw her like in videos, I was just like, oh, she's an idol, she's cool. But then I met her and I saw her on stage, and she's such an amazing person. Like, I met her and she told me I had an anime voice too, which I liked. I was like, oh, thank you, like telling an otaku that, thank you. But she always tries her best. She gets really emotional like on stage. Like, she cares a lot about being an idol. She continued for like the whole 16 years the group was a thing. Even after she became a mom, like she got married and then she got pregnant and she became a mom, and she was still part of the group. She did not graduate. So she's a very like rare idol, I feel like, in that way, and the fact that she was able to do that. And then Dempagumi itself is like an otaku group. If you don't know about Dempagumi, there's like things about all of them. Like, one of them is really into dancing, one of them is really into anime, and Mirin, my Oshi, she's really into video games. So as a gamer as well, I felt like really strong towards her, and she even had like her own groove coaster collab, and she had like a groove coaster like machine that she signed in Japan, and I went to go see it. But yeah, she's so cool, and I love her so much.
I see. It's pretty heartwarming to hear people talk about their Kamiyoshi or their Oshi in general. So
Yeah, yeah, she's my Kamiyoshi for sure.
So Fanime, it was that performance that really like caught your eye with the culture. What really inspired you to be on stage to become an idol?
My admiration for idols, you know, it's really fun. I think to come together, like I even like it more like as a group, like being with like-minded people who also like want to perform or love idols kind of thing. I feel like really motivated me to be an idol.
Let's see. So but I'm gonna ask, like, DEM POP current group, did you do anything prior to being in DEM POP? Idol-wise?
Oh, idol-wise, yes. It's strange. It's hard to explain because for me, it's like I was doing it for fun. It was hard to like consider myself an idol. I didn't consider myself an idol until this year, really. Everything else I was like doing for fun, but I was part of like different groups. Like I was part of a Hello Project cover group. It was called Hello Musume, and that was around 2015 to 2016. And I was in that group with Tiffany and Rhea, who are in my current group, DEM POP. And I was also in that group with someone else you might know named Heidi from Merkmal Mermal. She was also in that group.
She was in there? Oh.
Yeah. She was the pink member.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. Me, like I met a lot of people who liked idols like Heidi and Tiffany and Rhea. And so that's how we became friends, and we decided that we wanted to do this. And I was just, you know, I was doing it for fun. I wasn't doing it because I thought I was an idol. It was very like, there was a shift this year. There was a shift this year where we started to call ourselves idols, and that where I also personally decided that I wanted to be an idol as well.
I guess later on we'll talk about like, there was, because you guys, I think like debuted as DEM POP way back in like 2018, 2017-ish, right?
It's actually like 2016.
2016. So,
but yeah, kind of 2017-ish as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later in general, about like the amount of time you've been doing DEM POP. But as an aside, like, was there anything that you've done, like dance classes, choir, vocal lessons that prior to idol stuff that really helped you? Or no?
I didn't do it at all. I mostly practiced by myself. When I was younger, I used to, like, I didn't know how to sing in Japanese, and I didn't know how to look up the lyrics to things either. And so I would like listen to the end of Inuyasha, like the ending of Inuyasha, and I would grab a notebook and I would write down what I thought the pronunciation sounded like, and I would keep singing it to myself. So it was like a lot of like self practice, and like self learning with like dancing and singing. Yeah.
I see. Speaking of Japanese, how proficient are you?
少し話しますけど. I mean, I can get around Japan like perfectly fine. There are some things I struggle with a little bit, but I understand a lot, which is very helpful for talking to Japanese idols.
Gotcha. Well, you are way 1,000 times better than me, who has to use DeepL and show them what I'm talking about.
It's okay, but you know, like it's a thought, you know, that you're like actually putting in the effort too.
Yeah, I gotta like practice a little bit more before March.
I need to practice more too. Yeah.
All right, might as well just go into DEM POP, and I'll ask, how did DEM POP originally form?
So like I said, I was part of Hello Musume, but me and Tiffany, we were so close. Like we were like hanging out all the time that we decided that we wanted to do something together as well. So we originally formed a group, and this was just like to do at a convention called ALA. Like all we did was perform at conventions, like all the groups I was part of. So it was like wherever we could perform, right? So Tiffany, she used the name and she did a stage by herself in 2016. And I joined her. It was supposed to be me and her, but for some complicated reasons, I couldn't make it in 2016. But in 2017, we actually performed together, and we did the halftime show at ALA of their like idol competition thing. And it wasn't just like idols; it was like people who played instruments and things like that. So, but yeah, we were like we were the halftime like thing, yeah.
So you met Tiffany through Hello Musume. How did you meet? No? Okay, way before that.
So I've been part of Fanny Made Cafe as well, since 2010, and because I saw that they did stuff with Momoe, and I was an otaku. And someone I really admired, convinced me to join the Maid Cafe. I originally did not want to join the Maid Cafe, but because I saw they did stuff with Haruko Momoe, I really wanted to join the Maid Cafe because I'm an otaku. So I joined the Maid Cafe, and then Momoe came back as a guest the next year, and I was so excited. And I went to all her concerts, like she did like mini concerts. And at one of the concerts, I was kind of late, but I was like, oh shoot, I gotta find somewhere to sit. And I walked all the way to the front, and there was one spot that was open. And I asked the girl there, I was like, oh, is anyone sitting here? Can I sit here? And she said, no, you can sit there. The girl was Tiffany.
Oh. What?
No, we were front row at an idol concert. That's how we met.
That's I guess a perfect way to become friends and
Yeah.
I guess members now, group mates. How did you meet Rhea then?
So after the year I met Tiffany, she joined Fanimade, and then Rhea also joined Fanimade, and so we were all maids together. And even though it's a maid cafe, we do performances, and there was like a whole forums thing that was set up, like for people to like post performances they wanted to do, and for people to join. And so I think we all like Dempagumi, and so we all did like a Dempagumi covers together at the main cafe. So that's how we met.
Gotcha. Wow, that Fanime Cafe really is the mold, so or the glue. So Dem Pop, I'm gonna assume came from Dempagumi, right?
Yeah. We all really love like Dempa style music. It is a style of music. Dempa itself means like radio waves. And it's like a lot of older like Akiba K music is Dempa. So people like Mosaic Wave kind of make that music, and then Haruko Momoe was part of Under 17, who also makes like Dempa style music. And so our name kind of comes from I don't exactly know the origin, but Mosaic Wave has an album that's titled Akiba Pop, and Dempagumi is Dempagumi. And so I think we kind of squished those two together, and we were like, that sounds really good. So Dem Pop.
Gotcha. Wow. Good on you for merging two things that you liked into one.
Yeah.
So when you guys formed Dem Pop, what was the primary goal you wanted to achieve when you formed it?
Yeah, like I said, we didn't really consider, or I didn't consider myself an idol, and for me it was really to have fun and to cover songs that I really loved, because I really wanted other people to love this music too. Maybe it was hard for me to like convey, but I felt like that's like how I could do it at the time, was covering songs I really like, so maybe people would hear it and be like, oh, like that song's really cool. And it's true, it did happen a couple of times where people would come to us like after performances and be like, oh, what song was that, the one where you were doing like this move or whatever. So you know, it does happen.
Yeah, I think like when, I don't know, because like Yeah, Northwest Idol Fest. There was definitely some performers that were performing songs that I didn't even know, and that was pretty good. Like, giving exposure to, I guess, songs or different groups to people that don't even know and are might be interested is pretty good. As
Mhm.
yeah, so um, so can you take me through your very first performance with DEM POP? What was it?
Yeah, so it was at 2017 ALA. That was the first time I had done. I think our set was like maybe 15 to 30 minutes or something like that. It was pretty long. Um, I had to practice a lot. Tiffany's a lot better at dancing than I am. So when we're together, she helps me a lot. But it's a lot of dance practice and then like splitting lyrics, especially when sometimes maybe the songs are meant for like 4 or 5 people and we had to split it into 2 people at that time. So it's like, okay, you take these parts and then maybe if this one is too hard for you, like we can both sing it together so it doesn't sound weird. But it's a lot of preparation like that. Yeah. And honestly, like looking back at the performance, I think we did pretty well.
So like, so for Dempagumi, there's like a bunch of people on there, and there's three of you.
Yeah,
During
there's
that
3 of
time.
us.
Okay. How do
Well,
you
there used to be 2,
used
but
to, gotcha? But how did you like split the choreo when it's like a bunch of people into 2 or 3 people?
I mean, it really depends on the song. It really depends, and then what we think would look best. Because sometimes there's like a roll off or something. I think that's the hardest part when there's a roll off or there's something that requires like. Me and Tiffany have run into this problem a lot. I'm 5'6" and she's 4'11". If you see this picture right there, if you see that picture right there, Rhea's also like 4'11", and I'm 5'6". So sometimes the choreo can get a bit strange when it's like you have to do something and you're like supposed to be at height level. And we kind of have to adjust for that and say like, oh, like maybe this will look better. Maybe instead of doing like the side heart like they're doing, what if like you do a big heart or something? I don't know, little things like that.
I guess before that stage, before going on stage, how were you feeling about it?
I think I was pretty nervous. Out of the group, I feel like I'm the most nervous. Maybe Rhea would say she's the most nervous, but I always feel like I'm the most nervous.
Do you
But
still do you have like stage fright or just like the nerves?
I think so. I don't know. It's hard to say. I just get nervous and then I worry, I don't know, too much about like the little things that I forget a lot of things. But it's just important to have fun anyway and kind of roll with it, even if you do make mistakes.
Right. So you perform. How did the crowd react to your stage?
So honestly, there wasn't much of a response.
Really?
This was like I said, we were like halftime show for like a talent show that ALA did, and like our friends were like, "Oh, you did so good," but no one did calls or anything. Like no one knew any of the songs either. So
What would be like the performance, I guess, after this, where the crowd was really good and like really reactive to your performance?
Anime Impulse Star Garden.
Really? That like that far that recent? Really? Like even before that, no one was that.
I mean, okay, we did perform, I think, in like 2022 or 2023, and I think that was okay. I think that was pretty good. But the biggest crowd I heard was like was starting from Anime Impulse Star Garden to like Idol Jam. Yeah.
So you or DEM POP usually just perform at conventions. Like
We used to, but now there's been like
now,
more
yeah.
opportunity. Yeah.
So like years prior to like now, because like you are, I guess, taking the idol, moniker seriously. So I mean, before that, it's just like conventions. How often were like those performances prior to now?
So we would do twice a year. We tried to do ALA every year, and then Fanimade. We all still do Fanimade. We're all still part of the same maid cafe, and so we still do performances there as well at Fanime every year. Yeah.
So
not necessarily as DEM POP, but we do like perform on stage as maids, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. So going through the DEM POP IG, so the latest performance prior to Star Garden was 2023, right? Ish.
That was also ALA, yeah, I believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So 2-year gap. What happened?
So I think the thing is we only used to perform at one convention, which was ALA, and then we realized ALA started doing it was actually an idol showcase. So the format of things kind of changed for their convention. I think we just kind of missed it. And I don't know, I guess at that time I was also like, we had been doing this for a long time, and I was kind of like, I don't know if like I want to continue like at the same rate. So there kind of was like a 2-year gap where we didn't perform.
So during that time, outside of like DEM POP, I guess like the Fanime Cafe, but like, was there any other like idol activities that you participated in?
It was just Fanime Cafe, and it's funny too because I was originally gonna stop doing maid cafe stuff because of the pandemic, or like no, in 2020 I decided, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do maid cafe anymore. Maybe I like doing other things now. But then it got like forcibly taken away from me, you know, like the pandemic took away like 2 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I kind of miss it. So I went back, you know, and you know, it was hard during that time too, the pandemic and stuff, to really do anything as well.
I think I used to ask people, because people either started becoming an idol or like took idol seriously around like 2020, and then lockdown hit and they just had to stay at home. So I usually ask them like, what did they do in between that time when they were locked down and then when everything was a-okay? So with you, it was just lockdown, couldn't do anything.
Yeah, I didn't really do anything. I'm trying to remember that time. I was interested in like, I was kind of big in otaku in a different way. I was really into K-pop at that time.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because Tiffany is also very into K-pop, and I convinced her to join like her local like K-pop dance like team type things, and she does like classes now, and she still does things. But I guess I was kind of into K-pop at that time. It was like K-pop hiatus while I'm stuck inside. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I went through like the K-pop into, I guess, Chica and Kaiga Idol pipeline, so.
No, I just went like all over the place. I was like, I love J-pop and idols, but I guess I like K-pop too, because a lot of people like K-pop, and it's cool. I like being able to talk to my friends about things they like and K-pop, so that's cool. And then I was like, but I still like Debagumi, and I still like other groups. And then now I'm completely like back into idols.
So let's talk about earlier this year, you and the group resurrected DEM POP at Anime Impulse Star Garden. What was that like? What was the decision like?
Yeah, so Tiffany reached out again, and she was like, oh, I want to start performing again. I think Rhea had joined our group already. She had done like 1 or 2 ALA performances with us. And so we saw like the applications go out, and Tiffany was like, oh, I really want to try. And I was like, okay, you know what? It's been like so long since we've done anything. Like let's do it, right? And that Anime Impulse Star Garden was run by Asayoru. Specifically, like Sai made the decision to like pick all the performers. And one time, Sai did tell me that she saw DEM POP at ALA, like way back, and she's like, "Oh my god, you guys are so cool." But we didn't really talk or anything. It's always like kind of, I knew Sai like distantly,
right,
kind of thing. we weren't like very close or anything, but she knew who I was. And so when I performed, or when we sent in the performance stuff, she was like, "Oh, it's DEM POP! Like, of course we want you to perform," because she had already known who we were. She knew that we performed like idol songs, and if you know, Sai from Asayoru is also a really big like Chika idol fan.
Right.
And so yeah, we have that in common. So she was like, "Oh, of course, like come perform." Where am I going with this story? Oh yeah, so even people from like the Wota groups, like Lich, yeah. He came up to me after and he was like, "I didn't know DEM POP still performed," and I was like, "I didn't know either." It was really just like a decision, and that was the first time I really felt like an idol. And it's because it's not because we did anything special. It's because so many people around us really made that community, you know. And I feel like I'm doing this earlier than I want to, but people like Sai and people in the VTuber community like Mint and like, I don't know, Kirara and Kiara and stuff, and like they really created a community for us to exist in, and I'm really thankful for that. And you know, that stage was so fun. The reaction to our stage was so different, and people actually like cheered and stuff. And before that performance as well, I met a member of Dempagumi named Aonyan. She came for the first time to America, so I got to talk to her. And the moment I met her, she looked at me and she said, "Oh, you're an idol." I was like, no, I'm not an idol. And she's like, "No, you're an idol." And she wrote it on my checky, and I cried.
So you really are an idol.
Yeah, she's like, "No, you should be an idol." Like, she didn't even like really know me at that time. But Anyan is so sweet. She's so amazing if you've never met her. And she visits the US a lot now too. But it was amazing to meet someone from like a group I had loved for so long. Even she joined later. But it was amazing meeting her, and then like her telling me that, it was like the seal
of approval
I needed, or like the what is the metaphor?
Yeah.
The coffin closing. What is it?
I think it's that.
I don't know.
Nail in the coffin.
It was nail in the coffin. Nail in the coffin. It was the nail in the coffin that I really needed to like decide like, okay, well, Aonyan told me to do it. I wasn't sure if I could anymore, but I'm going to. Yeah.
See, well, I mean, if an idol like told you or told me that I'm an idol, I'll accept that, sure. You know.
Right.
So crowd was popping at Star Garden. What made them react? What was the set list for that stage?
Yeah, so I still feel like we did some songs that people don't know. We did Twin Tail wa Hatachi Made by Kyurushite, and then we did a Dempagumi song called Mere Magic as well. And then because we didn't have a lot of time to practice together, this is the DEM POP secret. Don't tell the other members I told you. We do solos sometimes when we don't have time to practice like a lot of songs together. So we did solos at that time. Rhea did P&A, which is a Dempagumi solo song from Pinky. Tiffany did Otoko no Ko-chan, which is like a really cute song about birds, and you go like pio pio. It's by Koto. And then I, as a tribute to Aonyan, I did DDD as a solo, and that was really fun. And we also did, to close it out, we did Idol Life Starter Pack, which we figured people would know from iLife, and that was really fun as well.
I don't think you could hear it, but like on the starting tune screen, I had, I think Phoebe, Maria, Peony's like cover of Idol Life Starter Pack playing. So,
yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I haven't seen you perform yet, but hopefully I get to see some of those songs performed.
Yes. Yes.
So with that performance and with Aonyeon giving you the seal of approval,
Mm,
um,
mm.
did you want to keep DEM POP, as like performing on a consistent basis after that?
Yeah, I had so much fun at that time, and then I started going to like community stuff more too, just because it was real. It's so fun. It's so fun to be part of the Kai Guy Idol community. I love it. Like everyone is so loud and amazing. At first, I thought it was just me who wanted to do it, but we all talked and we were like, actually, we all really want to do this. So yeah, we continued our idol activities.
Hmm. So with that,
Mm.
it was like around June. Yeah, middle point around Idol Jam ish, I'd say. Like you decided to split your main account and
Mhm.
make a idol account dedicated to idol stuff. So
Yeah.
was that when you really wanted to like really focus on the Kai Guy Idol activities?
That's when I like kind of decided after Anime Impulse Star Garden, because yeah, it like Chewy said in chat, we kind of really settled in during like Idol Jam around June, where we're like, okay, we called ourselves idols once, we're gonna keep going, you know. So I decided the best thing to do is to kind of split that off, because like everyone like old co-workers were just watching me dance, and they message me sometimes. They're like, I had to like look up what idol stuff was, like I didn't really know. But yeah.
I see. Now with I guess like the motivator of taking DEM POP, I guess
Mm,
seriously, I don't know how seriously mean I don't know. That- yeah, seriously would be the right term, right? Um,
yeah.
what goals do you want to achieve with that step up?
um so goal wise, I think we just want to perform like as much as we can together. um and I mean, there's no like end in sight for us currently. Like I'd like to keep going as long as possible that we can. Yeah.
Like, do you have? I guess you want to perform at like a specific event or venue, anything like that.
I don't think so. I just want to have a lot of fun, and I want to like inspire other people as well. Like as an idol, I'd be happy if I could inspire others. I think that's like my main reason behind being an idol is I felt like before I hesitated to call myself an idol, like I said. I didn't think I could do it, and I didn't think there was space for me. And like I thought to myself so many times, like, oh, my life would be so different if I was just if I had all these traits about me, or if I was born in Japan, you know. And if I was in Japan, I definitely would have been an idol, and I would have given my life to that. But you know, the reality is that there will never be like another lifetime for me, if that makes sense. There's not a next time. We only have now, right?
Yeah, YOLO, right?
um yeah, we only have now. So I decided that I wanted to be an idol because this is something I've always wanted to do. And even though I'm from the 1900s, I'm not the youngest idol ever. But I feel like the community has really like made this like a safe space to be, if that makes sense, where I can be myself.
Right.
And so I just want to, the message I really want to show is that you can do things that you really want to, no matter how old you are or your circumstances or anything like that. As long as you try, kind of thing. And like to not be discouraged by like, yeah, like things like that, like your circumstances, your age, like anything like that. Like you could do what you want to do. I promise. I believe in you, and I am proof that you could do what you want to do. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say like the Kai Guy Idol community is pretty diverse when it comes to like age, when it comes
Yeah.
to race, when it comes to like language. Like Kai Guy's Kai Guy. It's like overseas,
Mm-hmm.
outside Japan, so like they're all over the place. So it's a pretty cool community, I'd say.
Yeah, I love it. I really love it.
I guess overall this year, what would you consider your favorite performance for now?
Idol Jam was really fun. Idol Jam.
What
Earlier in June, yeah.
What made it like memorable for you?
I got to be with so many other idols that I really admire, and the crowd was so awesome, and it was so loud, and that was like the first time, I think. Was that the first time we did Bupan? No, that was the second time we did Bupan, but it went a lot better. The first time we did Bupan was really not great.
What do you wanna?
We didn't like time people and things
Oh.
like that. Like, and it was just a mess, and we like kind of got like it was all over the place. But we've improved a lot. Yeah.
Right. 1 second while I
So.
remove this person.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Like in contrast to that, what would you consider your toughest performance?
The one in recent memory would be the latest Milky Way Marketplace we performed at. I think it was volume 4, and it was really tough because it was really hot, and I had just gotten back from Japan, and I didn't have a lot of time to practice. So in retrospect, I just feel like that was one of like my weaker performances, and I wish that I could have like done more, if that makes sense. And it was really hot. Like I got really unlucky. The sun was like beating down on us at 4 p.m. like the whole time. It even in comparison to Japan heat, it was so hot. I felt like maybe I wasn't hydrated enough or something, but I managed to like pull it together. So like there were just a lot of elements that made that performance really rough. Yeah.
Well, there's still like 2 months left in the year, and during that time, which is literally at the end of the month, you guys are performing at USIF, US Idol Fest. What are you expecting? Being there in the convention and then being, I guess, performing on that stage.
I'm so excited to see people that I've like only known like online, if that makes sense, like in the community. Like we've never met. And there's a lot of people that'll be there that I'm so excited to meet, and a lot of performances that I hope I see, that I hope I'm not like practicing too much, because we are on Sunday, and we don't live very close to together like still, so we have to use a lot of our free time to practice sometimes. But I'm trying to like make a schedule so I can also be an otaku and see performances, because I want to cheer everyone on as well. But I'm excited for our performance too, because we're doing like some special Halloween stuff, you know, because it's Halloween time. And I love Halloween. It's like my favorite holiday. So yeah.
Speaking of that, is there like any specific songs or like dream songs that you would want to put in a future set list?
Yes, I bother the DEM POP girls so much whenever I find like a new Chica Idol song I like. There's this one I really like from a group called Megaphone, and anytime we're like in the same room together, I'm like, you guys, you gotta watch this dance practice video of this group. We should totally do this song. So there's a Megaphone song I want to do, and it's called Kani Peace, and it's really funny because they're pretending to be crabs the whole time, and they're like Kani 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 Kani. So I really want to do that one. And then when I went to Japan, I also told I told a member from that group, I was like, oh, I want to do Kani, I want to do Kani Peace like someday. And she's like, I said like, Itsuka ne? And she's like, Itsuka? Like, you should do it like sooner. Like, not someday. You should do it sooner. So due to Roko from Megaphone, I'll have to push Kani Peace to be on our set list sooner. And also, I want to do this song from a group called Rookie Rookies. Oh, I love all the gimmick songs. I'm so sorry. It's a song called Omumu Raisu, and they just sing about omurice the whole time, and it's so cute. And please, when I do this song, at the very end, they say "Dozo meshiagare," and the whole crowd goes "Itadakimasu." Oh my god, it's so cute. I really want to do that one. And like as a group, we all love the group Kyudushite, and we cover a lot of their songs already. But I think we want to do a song called Choo Choo Wonderland. That song is really good. I really love that song.
I guess keeping in check with future talk. Is there like anything you would like to improve on stage?
Yeah, my dancing for sure. I love singing a lot more than I love dancing. I don't know. Like Tiffany and Claire can be so much better at dancing than I am. But for me, it's like any lyrics you give me, I'll just learn it. Like, I don't know. It's not as much effort for me to learn the lyrics as it is to dance. So definitely like just dancing improvement, which just comes from like a lot of practice, for me at least. Like it's definitely like harder for me to pick up.
Going or like segueing into that. Since a lot of idols, pre-debut, debut, veterans watch this show, what general advice would you tell them?
Well, I think you should have fun. Like, I don't know, it's supposed to be a fun thing, so I want you to have fun. And kind of like I said, my reason for being an idol is like to inspire others, like maybe even like people who think that they can't do it even though they really want to. So I really want people to just like be themselves. Like just be yourselves, and just be yourself, and your people will find you, you know? Like people can't find you if you're like hiding your talents and not like talking about the things you like, you know? Like so I'd be happy if you could be yourself and talk about things you like, and have fun and practice and just do your best. If it comes to like actually practicing stuff, like sometimes like recording videos of yourself and watching it back is really helpful. But yeah, just have fun with it.
I guess no, we'll add that into the bonus section. But what if you went back in time, current you, back in time to, I guess, before the very first DEM POP performance, what would you tell past you?
It's hard to like change the past sometimes. Maybe I would. It's really hard. It's really hard to think about that, because like it would change the trajectory of my life so much if I told myself like, oh, like take this more seriously. You can do it, and eventually a community will grow. You know, like I guess I would have told myself that, because I really look up to the people who have helped make this like community what it is today. So I think I would want to tell myself that. Yeah.
I guess also, segueing into that, you did briefly talk about it or touch on that, but like, is there anyone in the Kaigai idol scene or adjacent with the VTuber scene that you look up to?
Yeah, and it's definitely all the people who have helped like expand the knowledge overseas about idol culture. So like people that I see work really hard. These are all people that I've seen work really hard to get where they are. Okay, Phoebe works so hard. She's so amazing. I could tell where she gets her inspiration from. Like when I got to meet her and talk to her, like we talked a lot about like Ogura Yui and like Macross and stuff. And she's amazing. She has so much passion. I like in her documentary, I'm like crying in her documentary, like talking to her. She like makes me so emotional every time. I hate her songs because they make me cry. I love Start Again. Like Start Again would be like the perfect song for me, like in terms of like my idol journey. It's Start Again, you know? So I don't like listening to that song because it makes me cry, but I do love that song. And I love Sai from Asayoru for creating really like the first like brick and mortar made cafe to like really succeed in the US. I feel like you can argue with me there. I'm sure there are a lot of great made cafes and stuff that have come before, but major props to Sai for just like following her dream and actually like making it happen. And then for VTubers, Mint Fantome and Fuomoko, because I know they've also just tried really hard and now they're very successful, and I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, they were the underdogs, and now they're the top dogs. So
yeah,
and
top
then,
bow bows.
And then with Mint, I'd say like I used to have like the idolize intro in general, like the backstory, but like without Mint, I guess talking about idols and stuff and that culture, there would be no idolize at all. So
Right.
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 So she is definitely
So I'm really grateful.
yeah, a fundamental part of the Kaigai idol scene. Cause
Mhm.
yeah.
Love to everyone though. Yes. Everyone that's part of the Kaigai idol scene like makes it what it is. So I'm so happy to meet like so many peers too, that just are so passionate and like care a lot too. So yeah.
So USIF is confirmed as an upcoming performance. Is there like any other performances that you could announce or not, or you know?
Not currently, yeah, but I mean USIF is coming up pretty soon. So less than a month now. Oh my gosh, less than a month.
Oh, 2-ish weeks. Oh my god, time flies.
Ah!
Yeah, or 3-ish weeks. Yeah, but
Mhm.
oof. I guess we talked about your idol stuff, but you also, I guess tangibly idol related, you also went to Japan earlier. I guess like 2 months ago, right?
Yeah.
I guess we could talk about that.
The beginning of September.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
So we could talk about that because you idol maxed so hard. So
I was idol maxing.
so let's talk about that. So that would have been your, I would assume not your first time there, right?
That was my third time going to Japan, but that is my first time after pandemic. I went twice pre-pandemic. Yeah.
How has anything changed, like pre versus post?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess there's more foreigners. Everyone says that, right?
Yeah.
I guess there's more foreigners. But honestly, I don't. It feels like nice that there's more foreigners too. You know, like before, I get really self-conscious when I'm stared at because like I'm pretty tall in Japan, so I don't necessarily like that, and I don't like being stared at too much. But yeah.
How many days were you there on this recent trip?
I was there for 10 days. Yeah.
Ooh, the last trip I did in March was also like 10 days. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
How many Taibans did you go to, or idol lives?
Oh, so many. Well, 3 of the days I was in Saitama and I went to Animello Summer, which is a 5-hour anime concert. And so it was three days of 5-hour anime concert that I went to. I am an otaku, so it was really cool. I got to see Nana Mizuki for the first time. That was amazing. And just a lot of other cool performers from like anime stuff. It was a great. It's been like my lifelong dream to go to Animello Summer, and I'm finally happy that I was able to go. So, and then for Idol Taibans, I went. Did I go to multiple in one day? I don't think I did, but I only skipped one day where I didn't go to anything because it was the last day, and I was kind of like, I was so tired. To be honest, yeah.
I get that feeling because like on my trip, 10 days, I would have had like 2 days without like idol Taibans, but like I like every other day was like 1 or 2. So
the day I came to Japan was really crazy. I got there at 4:30 in the morning. I did all my setup stuff. I went to a net cafe. I slept for a little bit. I put my luggage away. And then I did like some anime collab stuff, and then I went directly to see Festive. Like they did like a Taiban that was like a splash festival. Oh my gosh. I really tried to hang towards the back, but I got too excited and I ran forward and I got like hit directly with like the water and my bangs were ruined for my keki. Like it was and so I got to my hotel at 11:30 p.m. But I got there at 4:30 in the morning, my Japan day. So yeah, I saw Festive and I saw Utage at that one, and I got to see was it Neo Japonism and some other groups. It was really fun. But yeah, and then I guess the other groups I saw, I went to go see Rookies which is like another favorite of mine. I talked about them earlier, how I wanted to do like a song of theirs. They're really great. Like their songs are really like genki and fun. And I went to go see Aonyan because she was doing her release event, and her manager actually recognized me. They were like, "Oh, you came from like America?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I did." And her manager introduced me to like one of the like longest other female otaku of hers. Like she's also been an otaku for like Aonyan for like 8 years, and so I got to talk to like other otaku, and I was really scared of the Aonyan otaku. It was a bunch of like salarymen, and then like the other 2 girls, and then one of the salarymen, he's like, "I gotta go, just take this ticket." Like he gave me a free checky ticket. I was like,
Hey.
everyone was really nice. They were just like very quiet, you know. And then I saw another one I was really happy to see is I saw Eitaso from Dempagumi. She does her own solo stuff now. So I got to tell her like, "Oh, I met you 12 years ago, and like ever since then Dempagumi has been like such an amazing like part, or like it's been such an inspiration to me in my life." And so I didn't get to go to the Dempagumi like last concert they ever had, which was like very sad for me. But she sang Dempagumi songs at her solo live, and I was crying in the audience. I was like, just tears were running down my face, and I couldn't hold it together either when I met her. When I walked away from her, I was like, "Thank you so much." And I had to stand in the lobby and like finish crying for like 3 minutes, and then I moved on. Yeah.
It do be like that. I mean, like that
Yeah.
performing songs from the past group, like that definitely is emotional.
Yeah, hold on. I have my checky book here. I got like 30 checkies. This is Hinata on the front. And then here's my picture with Eitaso before I started crying violently like in front of her. I was being very genki. I was holding it in. And then I have really good ones with Aonyan too.
Aww.
So cute. So cute. But yeah.
Like during Bupan, most of these idols that you like you saw like interacted with them for the first time, right? Or no? Other than Anya,
a lot of them. A lot of them. Like I saw Rookies for the first time, and I had like liked their music a lot. And so it was interesting meeting them. I didn't really have an Oshi, but then I met Saku, who is the yellow member, and she immediately was like, "Oh my god, you want to take a picture with me? Like, I can't believe there was a cute girl here at my live to see me." Like, and it's funny, I sent this photo to my friends, and they were like, "Oh my god, she looks like the fan of you." Like, but Saku, she's just really genki, and like I saw her twice, and she's like, "Oh my god, you were like singing the songs in the audience," and she gave me a bunch of fan sub and stuff. I don't know, I love her. I also feel like she's very hardworking. She's also the one that clocked me. She's like, "Oh," like she randomly started talking about Disneyland. I was like, "Why are you talking about Disneyland?" And she's like, "Oh, you smile really big, so I thought it would be something that you would like, you know?" Like, so it was fun talking to her because both of us have worked at like different Disneylands, and we have like that in common. And I got to see Hinata from Festive, and all my checkie with her are horrible. So you only get to see this one. You only get to see this one on the front because I got splashed in the face at the Splash Festival.
You probably look fine.
No. It was so humid. It was terrible. But she was like at the start of the checky session, she saw me because I was like at the very front of the line. She saw me and she was like, like she looked directly at me. But yeah, it was really nice talking to her. She gets really jealous though. Like she gets jealous that I have so many Oshis. She's like, you like me the best though, right? I'm like, no. Yes, Hinata. But she's so sweet. And she's so passionate, and she's also really good at like fansa and stuff, and like just like making you feel really special, I feel like. And Aonyan, yeah, meeting Aonyan is always great. And she wrote "Ore no Yome," like my wife, on my check-in, so that was really fun. And yeah, I got to meet Megaphone members. Oh, and then I saw Heidi perform as Merkmal for the first time. Yeah, so I went to go see Heidi as well, which was really fun. Yeah, I have like 30 checky, I think. So, and then this is Roko from Megaphone. Who wants me to do Kani piece. She wrote like so much. And it's funny because when you go to a Taibon, I don't know if you've done this, but like they ask who you're supporting.
Yeah,
like,
they
at
do.
The door.
Yeah, at the door.
Yeah, and it's really confusing. If you go to a Taibon in Japan, just know that they're gonna ask you which idol you're there to see. Yeah. So if you don't understand, like just say, "Oh, I'm just say the name of the idol," okay?
Yeah.
So they gave me like a ticket when I said I was there to see Megaphone. And Megaphone is a heroines group as well, so they perform with like other heroines groups. And so they gave me a ticket and I couldn't read it. I was trying so hard and it was so dark. I was like, what does it say? And finally I was able to Google translate it, and it says like it was a free video ticket. And so I got a free like video ticket, and the staff doing the checky, she was like, "Oh, like you have the ticket, right? The video ticket. You want to use it now?" And I was like, "But this is our first time meeting." And so Roko had to look over, and she was like, "What's your name?" Like, and I'm like, "Angie America kara," and she's like, "Oh, America kara." And so she like did a video for me. It's like an 11-second video where she's like, "Thank you for coming to see me, like from America." And they were always so shocked, when you say you're from America.
Oh yeah, like when I got checky from, I guess, other, like I usually get like checky with like English speaking members, but like outside of that, okay. Like first time seeing like groups and then like getting checky from other members, they're like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "America." And they're like, "Oh." So yeah.
Nah, it's always so funny to say that. And like meeting Saku too from Rookie Rookies, I was like, "Am I the first like American you've met?" And she's like, "Yeah, you are." And I told her, I was like, "Okay, so that means I'm the number one like of your overseas fan club, okay? And I'm sure many people will come to love you more. Like, so I'm happy to be the number one right now, like the very first," I told her. But
going back to like which group are you supporting? Like the very first time I went to a Taibon, like getting in, I was like, "What?" They asked me that. They're like, "What?
It's
what?"
So scary.
And then the dude had to point at like one of the posters in the back, because like they had like all the group performer or like the artist photos in the back, and he's like, "Them?" And I'm like, "Sure." And they gave me like, I think like a bonus that I did not use, but I'm pretty sure it was a free checky. I didn't know what it was.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The very first time I went as well, I was too scared to use the drink ticket. Like,
what? What?
I didn't know how to use it. I was like, "What do I do with this? I don't know what to ask for." So I don't think I ended up using it because I was like, it's not what I'm here to do anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, it's very like stressful the first time you go. So I remember like they asked me like, "Which group are you here to see?" And I said like, "Sumimasen," and he just said it again, like the same tone, the same speed. And I was like, so I guessed. I said the name of the group, and they were like, I was like, "Oh, I guess that's right." Yeah.
I guess watching all these performances, these groups, and soloists, and taking that in, what would you, I guess, take from that and then take that into your performances?
Yeah, so I have an example that comes not exactly from seeing them perform, but I watch Aisu's vlogs from iLife, and she talks a lot about like her idol life and stuff like that. And there was one time she said something, well, she says a lot of things that stick with me, but she said like, "I always try my best because I know that people like come from far to see me, or like they're taking time to see me. And so even if I'm feeling bad that day or feeling sad, I do my best. Like I always want to. And so I carry that with me as well. Like, no matter what I'm feeling, like, I am always going to do my best, like, on stage. You know, even if things like didn't work out or something, like maybe we only have 2 mics instead of 3. That's always like a scary moment. I don't know if that's happened recently, but there's like been moments where that like might have happened, and it's kind of like you have to adjust on the fly, but it's not like you can look like upset about it, you know? And Saku also told me, like, I was like, oh, you're always like smiling and stuff, you know? And she's like, well, yeah, you're smiling too, but you know, it's an idol's job to like smile, you know? Like, I don't want to not smile, or I want to bring happiness to others. So I really try to like take that with me, you know, like always doing my best, always smiling even through like hardships and stuff, because you know, I don't want to disappoint others, and I feel like it makes for a better performance anyway, when I'm smiling and doing my best. So yeah,
For sure. Yeah, I think like God, there was like a quote from Nico from Love Live where it's like, you have to make the crowd smile or something like that. You have to be happy to, you know, keep the crowd happy or something like that. Not verbatim, but
she's
like,
also my favorite
yeah.
news member. Yeah.
Mine is Maki, but Nico's, I'd say third. I'd say so.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure, an idol is definitely there to keep or make people happy for sure in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also like two-way
Yeah.
street.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
For
idol
sure.
makes the crowd happy, and then crowd, you know, call mix, reacts, and makes a idol happy. So
Yeah, and like I said earlier, that's like why I have motivation to do this, because before we used to say Yosha ikuzo and the crowd would be silent, you know, like no one really knew what that meant. And so it's so amazing to have like people understand idol culture and idols and things like that. I mean, I'm always happy to be a fan too, and like screaming and stuff because it's so fun. But definitely like people's energy, you know, also gives the performers and idols energy. So I definitely agree.
ooh, good segue. But like, you've experienced like the U.S. crowd, and now you've also experienced like the Japanese crowd. What is there like? Is there like any significant differences between them?
Yes. Did you notice differences? I did. I did.
You
Let
first.
let me say, when I went to the heroines thing to see Megaphone, I went primarily to see Megaphone. People stood there with the pen light. Like
That's
they'd
it?
have the yes. Yes, they'd stand there with the member color of the pen light, and they would go like this. And you know, I was kind of observing because I didn't want to be like too out of line with what other people were doing, right? And so I was definitely like observing what other people were doing, and majority of people at the heroines event I was at, they would hold the member color and they would stand there.
Nothing
just
else. Just
No. Like the people in the very front sometimes would mix, but a lot of people, I think, apparently this is a thing with girls as well, that they get too embarrassed to do like the free copy and stuff.
Come on, what?
I've heard that it's like, you know, like they get embarrassed and it's like lame or something. I can't understand it. But I felt like the crowds there were a lot more quiet.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot different. I feel like I really missed how loud we are here. And I mean, I don't know, maybe some people don't like the loudness or whatever, but personally, I really like it. And I feel like it adds to the experience of being there. Like, we're all there in the same space together. If I wanted it to be quiet, I would just go watch like a YouTube video. I don't know. Yeah, it really depends on the venue and stuff, and like the rules and kind of like the vibe. But I really do love events where we can all yell and like be crazy and live in the moment together.
Right. I think when I went to Japan, I'd say the rowdiest crowd that I've seen was like at a Taiwan with Mermal, and like they were they were like really rowdy, but like they were very.
So
I guess like they, you know, call and mix very loud. You know, a lot of like, I guess like running around in a circle, stuff like that. But rowdy in a good way.
Was it for
I'd say.
Mermal specifically, or was it for
I think
a different group?
Mermal, and then like 2 other groups that are like, I guess, EDM focused. So like, I guess it's fitting for them. But yeah, other than that,
when I saw Mermal, it was like very quiet. It was also on a weekday.
Okay, yeah, that's probably why.
It was on a weekday, but it was very quiet, and like, I don't know. There would be like maybe like 1 or 2 people that would scream really loud every once in a while.
Shout out to my man Santiago. He's always calling mixing. He's the dude.
I met him there. Yeah.
My favorite Heidi Oshi or Woda. So he's also holding all of my crazy fantasy jackies. So shout out to him. But yeah, like other than that, I'd say like the US crowds are a little bit more, I guess, extra with stuff. So
I mean, everyone's having fun. Like, I guess it is more like recent for us. But you know, everyone is having so much fun, and they're learning like so many things, and they're really creating a community of like uchishi and stuff like that. So it's like amazing to see that as well. Yeah.
Were there any like groups or like idols that you were planning to see but didn't during that trip?
Yeah, so I made like a whole Google spreadsheet. Like I said, I went crazy for this one. There were groups definitely that I didn't go see because they weren't having Taibans. Like, I was so scared that I wasn't going to be able to see Festive because they were only performing. I could only see them the day that I flew in. And so I went to go see them at the Splash Festival, which, you know, not ideal in my mind, but at least it was very cool. It was very scenic. Like, I got to see the sun go down as the idols were performing. That was really really cool. It was at the Yokohama Red Brick Warehouse as well. So it's like right next to the water, and like the sound is so loud that you can kind of hear it like across the street and like all around the whole area, even when you're not inside the little closed off area. So I had to go up there and get a same-day ticket because I tried so hard to buy it on Rakuten. You know the Gaijin locks on buying tickets because you don't have a phone number.
Oh yeah, I have to use like Santiago's thing to get my ticket dive active. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, some people can help you and things like that, but I didn't have anyone that could help me, so I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can go. And so the very day it was happening, they're like, oh, we're selling tickets at the door. I was like, shoot, they're selling tickets at the door. I have to go. I was honestly, I think there was another Aonyan release, a thing that I was going to go to that day. Don't tell her that. But I went to go see Festive instead because that was the only chance I got. And I had to learn the word for same day ticket so I wouldn't seem like a noob. I was like, oh, Nyujoken. I went up to the people. I was like, Nyujoken, and they were like, hi, ichimai. And then, you know, I got my drink ticket and everything. I did the drink stuff. But yes, there were definitely like things I had lined up, and definitely people I couldn't see because they just weren't performing. Like, I really wanted to see Kyurushite, like whose songs we also cover a lot, but they're so big. They're a Dear stage group, but they're like really, really big. And it's like impossible to get tickets, I hear, and they just weren't performing while I was there. And who else wasn't performing while I was there? iLife, because iLife just did their big Budokan concert like right before I got there. So iLife also didn't perform. And there were other groups I wanted to see too that I didn't get to see. Like, I wanted to see Nanimono, but they were like in Korea while I was there. And then they did a birthday festival for Rinka, which is the purple member. And I'm like, she's not my Oshi, so I felt like kind of bad going. I was like, the first time I'm going to see them is for like a different member's birthday. So I didn't end up going because I had like other stuff to go to anyway.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to see a group called Azatoy as well, but they just also weren't performing. Like, at times I could see them. There were so many things that I wanted to do. So many things. I have like a whole list here. But I mean, I'm really happy for the things I got to see, and I feel like I was really successful. Like I said, I got like over 30 checky. I met like so many idols, and I got to see so many songs like being performed that I love. So yeah.
When do you plan on going back then?
I don't know. It was an expensive trip for me.
Yeah.
You know? So hopefully, I would like to go like next year during like the winter, because I already broke the. I feel like whenever you're a gaijin and you go to Japan during the summer, you're like, I'm never gonna do that again.
Yeah, but you
I'm
do.
never going to Japan in the summer, and then I did it. I did it again. I went at the very end of August. I was like, surely it can't be that bad. It was bad. It was bad. So yeah, I broke the rule of never going to Japan summer twice. So I'd like to go in winter. I would really like to go in winter. I have been in winter once, but it was in December and it was very cold. So maybe before it gets like super cold would be ideal.
Yeah.
So
I usually go around like February, March. So it's like that transition period from like it's a little
That's also a
cold
good time to
to
go.
like springtime. So it's like yeah.
And if you get lucky, you can see the cherry blossoms.
Yeah, I saw some cherry blossoms, but most of them by the time I got there were kind of dead. So
No.
but yeah. What else? I think that
I'd like to go if like a lot of my Oshi's birthdays like are in fall. Like Hinata's birthday is also coming up too, so I'd like to go around this time next year. No.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Do you? I guess like, do you plan on or like do you want to? If the opportunity arises, do you want to perform as DEM POP in Japan?
That would be fun. The thing is, like, we don't have a lot of like solo or a lot of like our own songs is the thing. So we would need to kind of work on that. I feel like, because we do like a lot of like covers of other idol songs. But I think it would be really fun, someday if the opportunity arises. Yeah.
Also, like, do you plan on having original music in the future?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
It's a secret. It's a secret.
Okay.
For now.
But I'm looking forward to that. If yeah.
Yeah. Look forward to it someday.
Someday. But yeah, I think that is it for this episode. But we have the tradition called the worst pep talk ever, where for 1 minute I have to give the guest, which is you, a pep talk that is so bad that people still like this. But I want to like get rid of this segment. So, but whatever.
Let's go. You can do it.
All right, here we go. 1 minute. Scarlet, I really can't wait to see you at USIF, and I really hope, because I am doing photography, that I am scheduled to do photog during your set, hopefully. But I really do like, I can see like the enthusiasm or like your dedication to like the idols, or idol culture in general, and like also covering songs that people don't know, and like have like the crowd learning about them and getting interested in like stuff like but yeah, I just want to see you perform. And like from the videos that you sent me for the B-roll or like the intro, y'all did great. I really do want to see you.
Thank you.
But yeah, I really like that you started to take the Kaigai Idol journey seriously. Vroom vroom. Seriously. But yeah, keep going. I want to see you really, really, reach your dreams and, perform songs that you talked about of planning on performing from other groups, and we'll see what happens. But my God, I want to see you, and it'll be like in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. But I will see you perform, and it's gonna be great. Wow, minute 25, 26.
Oh.
But yeah,
Nice.
bad pep talk ever.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see you and see everyone and get to perform some new songs as well, and maybe some old songs that we've done in the past that have been favorites. But yeah, I'm so excited. So excited.
Yeah. Thank you, Scarlet, for accepting this invitation to be on the show. If you like caught on, previous guests for the past like month have been people that are performing on the USIF community stage. Scarlet as of, since the schedule got released, is, the first one officially, I guess we'll call it the USIF arc. So, yeah.
Yay!
But yeah, if you haven't followed Scarlet, follow on Instagram. And I think
Yes, follow me.
your Twitter is also linked in there. And also the DEM POP
Yes.
IG's also in there too. But yeah, if you are going to USIF, please watch DEM POP
2
perform
p.m.
2 p.m.
Community stage
Sunday.
on November 2nd, I believe.
November
Yeah,
2nd.
I think that's right. I think I'm getting the info right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Day-
Yes. Yes.
Day 3. Yeah.
Day 3.
Is there like anything going on during that time? I don't think so. But, if you have time, please go.
We're going on,
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much, Scarlet. Hopefully we'll get the rest of DEM POP on the show. We shall see.
Yes.
Probably maybe.
Wait, can I do my intro? Can I do my intro? I forgot to do my idol intro.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Hi, I'm your Heisei Otaku Idol, Scarlet! You're lit, and I'm Scarlet! Thank you so much for tuning in to IDOLEYEZ episode 67 today. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see that intro on stage. For reals. Soon. But yeah, I don't have a guest lined up for next week, but hopefully I could get someone. So we'll see. If not, we'll start with the bi-weekly schedule again. But if you missed any of this episode, the VOD will be up tomorrow. Probably around 12 p.m. PST. So yeah, on the IDOLEYEZ YouTube channel. But yeah, that is it for this episode. Scarlet, thank you so much for being on the show. I keep saying that, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, your dedication for idols is very.
It was so fun to talk today. I feel I didn't have the chance to explain like my lore too many times. I said I need to make like a YouTube video or something.
Yeah.
There's just so much, But yeah.
But that is it for this episode. Everyone, stay hydrated, stay gold, take care, brush hair, be kind, rewind. We'll be going to our ending screen right here, right now. Bye bye.